Okay, hopefully that worked. Let's see. Sorry if I'm making you dizzy. Okay. Let me know if you can see me and hear me. Hey, Jen. I'm assuming that's you. It could be no one other than you. Let me know if everything's working okay. So you hear me and you see me and you have chat. This is a totally different thing than last night. Last night we had, if we had 1 out of 3 of those, we were in business. Angel Bug, hello, hello. It's been so long since I've been on Ustream that if I've forgotten your real names, I apologize. So much better, right? And I can actually use the camera that I wanted to use, so it's clear. All right, I'm going to get started and first introduce myself. My name is Heidi Bound, otherwise known as Gotham City Stamper, and I am here tonight with Your Memories Here. I joined Christina on her design team. It's been a few months now. Hey, Terry. Hello, Terry. Some of my New York City gals are here. Excellent. And so I joined Your Memories Here on the design team, and Christina and I thought it would be fun to start doing some Ustream shows, which put me back on Ustream. It's been quite a while. So here we are, and I'm going to start in on the project right away. Last night we fought with Ustream a little bit, but we were able to get the first part of this project finished. And this project comes from a kit that Christina's offering at Your Memories Here. Now forgive me, mine's pulled apart and I've been using it for lots of different things. But this kit is called the Nostalgia Kit, and it's actually from a company called Ruby Rocket. So let's see if you can see that. Comes with lots of stickers, obviously. Lots of great designer papers. They're double-sided. Mine's pretty, like I said, mine's pretty torn apart because I've been enjoying using it. And as I said last night, what I love about this is that it's a vintage-inspired kit, but the colors are nice and happy and bright. Although I love like the subdued colors, I've been really into doing things with a lot of bright colors lately. So you can see this was once 12 by 12, but I've been using it. Okay. Lots of great stuff. What I love is that there's an A side that's a little bit busier, and then the B side is either just like monochromatic or is very subtle with the colors. We have some text, which I love. And the kit also comes with, Christina loaded it up with all kinds of embellishments. So again, mine's all torn apart, but let me show you at least an idea of what came in here. Cheryl, hello Cheryl. Lots of cute borders. They came in a pack. I've been tearing them apart. That's just some cardstock I had popped in there. Some Prima bling. Some really cute stickers that are like foil embossed. Some more of the borders. Cute little rulers. What I love about the borders is that there's all kinds of little banner pieces, and you can use these as they are. You could even lay them on a project and do some spraying and use them as a mask first. Jen, Bon Jovi Jen, I know you're here. You have to say hello. You're hiding. Some more banners. So cute, you can cut this apart. Another one with the foil. Hello! There you are. You came out to say hello. There's a wonderful pack of nice chipboard die cut pieces, some little teeny flowers, some beautiful Prima flowers, some trim, some more flowers. Yeah, this kit is loaded, and when you see the price of it, you're going to fall over. Christina's offering it at a really great price. How cute are these with the baker's twine that's so hot right now? And she put them on little itty bitty spools. So you can use the baker's twine and then use the spools, or use the spool with the baker's twine on it. Prima, more flowers, like pretty paper ones that you could spray and alter. And these little bloomer trims, which I love. The color's so pretty, or you could also spray it. And the other thing that she put in here were some dress forms, die-cut dress forms that are covered in all kinds of different papers and made out of different types of substrates. So we're going to really have fun playing with those tonight. Now, just to backtrack, this is a 12 by 12 canvas. Ooh, hold on. The link was... Hey, Rosie! Rosie's another one of my New York City friends. Let's see, let me... Oh. Okay, I was going to say, it says that you can post links. Alright, cool. This is a 12 by 12 canvas, and last night, as I mentioned, we were fighting with Ustream quite a bit. But I started this, and we did get about 20 minutes, I guess it was about 20 minutes, of me getting this canvas ready. So this is the kind of canvas you can pick up in any of your craft stores. You can pick it up in an art store, Utrecht, Dick Blick, places like that. And I just tore the paper and glued it down with Liquitex Ultra Matte Gel, which I watered down quite a bit. This is, I used the black and white papers. And go back and check that out. But I just want to kind of go back a little bit so that you know what's going on. And yeah, the price is great. Sorry, let me just move this over here. There we go. I then, once it dried, I went over it with, I dry brushed some gesso. All of this is in the recording from last night, so you can check that out. And then I took some of the distress paint from Ranger, and I don't know if all of this got recorded last night, but I did the same thing with all of the colors. I literally just went around the canvas and used my finger and rubbed them a little bit, just to get a really fun canvas ready for the next thing that we're going to do. I always do the sides, so in this case I just swiped some of that paint on the sides as well. So now, just to tone down that color a little bit, I'm going to come back in with some more of the gesso and do a little bit more dry brushing. If you have seen my shows or made art with me, you know I always keep a paper like this close by to use as a palette, and then I turn this into flowers, which you may have seen me do on my own channel. The white gesso was the last part to record. That's unfortunate. Well, after the white gesso, all that I did was I took the different colors of distress paints and just kind of, like, literally went like this and kind of smeared them around. Took another color. I think what's really cool about doing this kind of work is that the less that you think about it, it's almost like the better it turns out. So I'm going to dry what I just did, just so that the gesso and the paint don't get like muddy together. So I'm just going to dry brush it just a little bit more, just to make sure, sorry, just want to make sure that we're okay. Just want to make sure that we're still, everything's still okay. After last night, Christina, oh! So I took some gesso on my brush, and I'm wiping some of that off, because I don't want it to be too heavy. it'll get a little too globby. So I'm just taking a dry brush, and when I say dry brush, I mean don't put it in water. And I'm just moving some of that gesso around. You can see how it's toning that down a little bit. Yeah, my hands were an absolute mess before I went and washed them a little bit. I was working on a journal page for an international round robin art journal that I'm doing with a bunch of people that I met on Facebook, actually. So about this kit, I am obviously using it for this project, but I used it to make a double page layout, and I think one of the things I was saying earlier too, and I don't know if I finished my thought, was that I love that the papers are a little bit thinner than some of the papers that are on the market right now. Some of those papers get, as much as I love them, they get bulky. Because I tend to do a lot of layering. So I did a double page layout as well, which has been all over Your Memories here on Facebook, and I think it was on my blog too. Alright, there we go. Yeah. Let's dry that a little bit. Alright, next thing I want to do, I'm just trying to build some nice layers of color on here. I have just simple bubble wrap, and this is a technique that a lot of people do if they're into art journaling or the whole mixed media idea. And I'm just going to take, this is the Barn Door Distress Paint, and I'm just going to tap it on the bubble wrap. I've been using like the same 2 or 3 pieces of bubble wrap forever, although I have a whole bunch of different sizes of bubbles in a drawer. So I'm just pouncing that on there and then using it like a stamp. See that? And just adding another little element, another little bit of interest here. And I'm keeping it kind of around the border. There's going to be a lot happening here in just a minute when we dress up those awesome dress forms that Christina had for us. Alright, so I'm just going to put the canvas off to the side now, and we're going to take a look at these dress forms, and we're going to try lots of cool different techniques. Let's move that. Okay, here are the dress forms. There are 5 in your kit, and they're all made out of a really nice quality chipboard. This one also has a layer of corrugated cardboard on that. Nice texture, really nice quality. And this one, I know you told me last night, Christina, but I don't remember what you said. The chipboard, and then she layered, it's like a textured paper on top. It reminds me of like a linen paper or a rice paper. This one is the chipboard and then a piece of canvas, which is has some embossing on it. Very cool. The 4th one is a nice sturdy, just a chipboard, but we're going to do some cool stuff to that one as well. And then this last one is the chipboard with a really cool, nice quality canvas on top. Okay, so let's get started on those. And let me grab just a piece of paper to work on. That way when I make a mess, I'm making a mess on this paper. See, and then I turn these cool papers into all kinds of different things. I use them in my art journal. I also use those papers and make handmade rolled flowers. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do to this dress form, I have a big thing here of black gesso. And I'm going to, I've used this a lot, and there's tons in there. We're going to take a brush. This is one that was in some water, but I'm going to get a bunch of the water off of there. Welcome to everybody that's here. So glad you made it, and so glad that Ustream is cooperating, although I probably shouldn't say anything because it'll go out on us. Alright, so for this dress form, I'm going to make this one kind of funky, and actually they're all going to be funky. And hopefully through this I want you, when I teach things not only on Ustream but in person, a lot of people get very caught up on the end project, and the end project is important, but I also think that the process is equally, if not more important than what you end up with at the end. Because through this, learning lots of new ideas and techniques, you can take those and apply them to other projects. So with this, take some notes, come back and watch the recording. Maybe there's some things that you want to try on another project. So I'm coming in with the black gesso, and I'm using a very light hand. And I'm covering most of that corrugated cardboard piece, but if you notice, I am leaving a little bit of that cardboard coming through there. I like the look of it. Ooh, some people got kits already? Woohoo! And I promise to show you the scrapbook pages that I made with the kit too. And I used some of the borders on an art journal page that I did today. So I've been really diving into this kit. It's packed. Alright, so we're going to set this one off to the side. I'm going to kind of work in stages with things here. And let's see. Okay, one second. Just want to make sure I have little notes. This is how organized I am. Little notes on the back of each of the little dress forms so that I remember what I want to show you. I just want to see if we're finished with the black gesso, which I think we are, unless something pops into my head. So, let's put that away. Big, huge thing. Let's get it out of the way here. And we'll put her on the table to dry. Alright, so let's find another one with gesso. And this one we're going to we're going to do some white gesso on this one, which is here. You could do these same techniques with black paint or white paint, although some acrylic paints have a shiny finish when they dry, and I personally wanted these to have a very matte finish. Where's my brush that I'm looking for? Here it is. Get that black gesso off of there. Yeah, you could, Bonnie, I see your note there. I would like to think that you could take these techniques and apply them to your scrapbook pages. The layouts that I made with this kit, I did a bunch of mixed media techniques on those. So I'm just doing a nice thin layer of gesso. This is like a primer also, if you think about when you paint your walls, you need to have that nice white primer down. And that's what we're doing here. If I didn't put the gesso on and then I just started going at the chipboard with paint or sprays, the chipboard would really soak that in, kind of like a sponge, whereas with the gesso, the paints or sprays will just kind of lie on top of that gesso. Okay, I'm going to put her off to the side to dry as well. And let's see. Alright, next one we're going to do is this little, the one that's covered in canvas here. I think I saw someone else come in. No, maybe? Cheryl? So what I'm going to do on this little lady here is I'm going to take some of the distress paints. Let's take the blue. This is broken china, mustard seed, and where is my, I know which color I want. Where did I put it? There it is. And my picked raspberry. Oh, Cheryl, right, angel bug. I'll get it. I promise. At some point I'll get it straight. Now what's cool with the distress paints is that they will activate and they'll activate with water. So we're going to make this one really funky, and I'm going to put some color down. And let me grab my broken china. Don't overthink this stuff. Just kind of go for it, and you'll see why in a minute. And mustard seed. Let's grab a little mustard seed. And now I have this water, and I keep like a shimmery paint in it. It might be hard to see on camera, but there's a shimmer in this. And I'm going to spray this. And you can see how those colors are mixing together. So cool. Very cool. The sprayer works better when there's not paint on it. There we go. Hi, Mom. Yeah, try these out, Bonnie, on the dress forms. I see we have some new people coming in. Davenport S is my mom, so hello, Mom. Yep, this is Heidi Bound. Sorry, let me reintroduce myself to those of you just coming in. Otherwise known as the Gotham City Stamper. I have my own Ustream channel and my blog, but I also have the privilege of creating with and for your memories here with Christina. So I'm here. I'm here tonight. My mom's name is Sandy, so hello, Sandy. And we're creating tonight with the Nostalgic Kit that can be found on the Your Memories Here site, which, hi Vanessa. I'm sure Christina would be happy to post that link again. It's packed. This kit is packed with great products. So I'm going to dry this one. So bear with me. Chat amongst yourselves while we're drying this. When you're in the Ustream, you can click the links, and at least as far as what I understand from most people, it'll open up in a new window or a new tab. You won't lose the show. This is a really cool technique. This works on paper also. why I put the paper down underneath it, because now I have that, there's some color showing up there. Yeah, this turns out really cool. This is going to be a bright, funky, mixed media piece, which is kind of been what I've been going for a lot lately. Alright, great. So that's what that looks like. Very fun, bright, tie-dye looking. And now I'm going to grab just a stencil from my stash. You probably have stencils. If not, I know Christina does carry stencils in the Your Memories Here store. Probably not this particular one, but you can do this with any stencil. And I'm going to grab just a makeup applicator. Sorry. Sorry. Woo. I'm on summer break, so I don't do this much talking. I don't do this much talking anymore, so bear with me. Alright, so now I'm going to take this and I know what color I'm looking for. There it is. Let's just stick with this distress paint idea. This is black soot. And I'm going to bring a little black into this just to ground it. It helps to have black, gray, brown in your projects. And I'm just going to dab a little bit of this right here. Make a little puddle. And on my stencil I have these tiny little hexagons, which I'm just going to put this right here. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm taking my makeup applicator and just pouncing that in the black. I just want a nice light layer. And then I'm pouncing that onto my stencil. Hopefully you can see that past my fingers. It's very, very light. There we go. It just gave a really cool, subtle look. I'm going to do a little bit more down here. You don't want to go too heavy with the paint on the makeup sponge. If you do, that's when the paint starts to ooze like underneath. It's not really a good look. So I'm just putting that down here. Getting a little more of that paint. And I just hit the bottom of it a little bit. Can everybody see me and hear me? Okay, and I like to do things like in threes, so I'm going to put just a bit of this same technique here at the top. Oh, it's good. Okay, great. Ustream has me slightly paranoid. And the same pouncing up here. Very light hand. light paint so you don't get blobs. You just want a subtle little effect. And there she is. What's fun too is you could actually take some of that black paint and go around the outside like you would with maybe a stamp, an ink pad, just to really make the outline pop also. I'm using this kind of like the Tim Holtz tools, like the foam applicator, but these are less expensive. I keep a bowl of them on my art table. And what's cool is it's more than just one use, because, let me show you a little trick I learned. I think I learned this from Lynn Perella in a class I took from her. And it was one of those like, oh, seems so obvious, but it was like a light bulb moment for all of us. And I'm just adding some depth down here. So that's what I have. Okay, and with the makeup sponges, here's one that's in my little bowl over there. It has hard paint on it, which you really would be hard to use for this technique. But what you could do is take your little makeup sponge, a pair of scissors, and just snip off that yucky part, and now you have a fresh section and you're ready to go again. So I keep them in a little crystal bowl. It's probably not crystal, but it looks it. I don't try to snip it off now because then my scissors will get all yucko, so I just let it dry out and then I cut that off. So there's one finished. Just making sure I did everything I wanted to do. Yep. And we'll put her over here. Our black gesso is just about dry. The white is as well. Now this one, and yeah, I don't clean this. You probably should, but when it comes to paint on my stencils, I never clean them. Other mediums I do. If I use like molding paste or something, then I'll clean it, but I don't clean them. I don't clean them. Alright, so this is the one that has that awesome textured paper on it. And with this one, we're going to use some glimmer mist. You can use any mists that are in your stash. Anything will work. And we're going to do a little layering. So, first thing, and I have a glimmer mist collection that's a little outrageous. Those of you who have been here or have seen my blog, I was doing a lot of pictures of what we call the Mecca for a while. And I have a pretty outrageous glimmer mist collection, some of which I've had for a while, so I've really tried to use them often. This one's been around for a while. This is Party Pink. I don't even know if you could still get this. But I'm going to take Party Pink. Hopefully it works. If not, I have plenty of other colors sitting here, because you know those little pumps get clogged. There we go. And we're really going to spray her. And because Christina used this awesome paper, ooh, it's really picking it up. Let me see if you can see that in the camera. Yeah, I have a nice collection of mists up there. So you can use Delusions for this, you can use Glimmer Mist, you can use the Tattered Angels, the chalkboards, you could use anything. You can make your own. Take a little acrylic paint and water in a bottle like this, which I picked up at the Container Store. Mix that together. You want to do about 1/3 of the bottle with paint and more water than paint, or it gets clogged. Yeah, use the ones that you have. These nozzles the little pumps get clogged pretty quickly, so you never want to shake these up and down. You want to shake, kind of go side to side. I'm probably a little bit tougher on them than you're supposed to be, but I also keep some extra pumps that are working. If a bottle empties, when I empty a bottle, if the pump is good, I put it in a little container, and then when I have one that doesn't work, I'm able to switch it out pretty quickly. Alright, so let me dry this, because we're going to do a little layering of color on this. And I want to get this a little dry first, so it doesn't get totally muddy. But keep some pumps, like when, you know, if you use up a color and the pump works, keep it. Throw the bottle away, keep the pump, and then, you know, when you pick one up that is kind of a bummer, just change out the pump. And I actually have a habit of, some people would probably pass out, but like, if I have a color that's similar to Party Pink with like less than this in it, I'll combine it in this bottle. So I don't even know if this is actually Party Pink or if it's Party Pink and Friends. I don't know. I don't really care. I just like to grab things and use them. You know what? This is beautiful. Look at how that's picking up that texture. Christina, I love that. Absolutely love that. Yeah, you could absolutely make your own in the bottle. For me, I have so many of them. Like, it's ridiculous how many of them I have. How many Glimmer Mists I have. Because for a while I was collecting every new color that came out for, like, I guess a couple years ago when Glimmer Mist was like new and all the rage. So now I don't buy any more of them. I just try to use them in my projects. But as you notice, like, I'm not shy when I spray it either. I spray a lot. Thanks, Mom. My mom just like chimed in there. Hello, Mom. Now I'm going to show you something kind of fun. In the kit, there are these great, let me find them here, these great borders. Aren't these beautiful? And we're going to use this is why they put these things in packaging, so that people like me don't have them all over the place. Okay. So we're going to take this one, and it's really pretty like that, right? We can use that to accessorize her a little later. Or we can take this as kind of a mask. And so, you know, I guess the moral of the story here is to look at your products with a different eye. And let's see if these babies will work. This is Santa Baby, and I got it, I don't know, a million Christmases ago. And actually, we're going to put it this way. Let's see what happens. Let's see if it works first. I don't think Santa Baby's going to work. And that's okay. Let's put Santa Baby over here. Bye, Santa Baby. Let's try Oriental Poppy. Okay, good. Oriental Poppy is like a cool orangey color. So we're going to go with the Oriental Poppy. Cool. Look at the effect that we're getting. And what's neat with this now is that we can use this piece as it is later, or because I use the flip side, it's getting another cool look to it. Yeah, that's an old one. That's like vintage Glimmer Mist. And I could use the Glimmer Mist on this side, but because it has that shininess to it, it doesn't really adhere to it. I could take a sanding block to this and rough it up a little bit, and that will help it to stick. So let's dry that. And then we're going to grab another color and play again and see what happens. So that's what happened with that, which I think is really cool. Just gives this layered look. And let's put the lid back on that. I'm sure we'll use that one again. What do we have here? Lemon Zest, which doesn't look very lemony, which tells me I probably mixed another color in there. So let's layer it this way. You know, I don't want to lose that though. Let's put it here. Ooh. Ooh, we're getting some cool effects. very, very funky. And I am not like planning this out, it's just kind of happening, and I'm okay with that. So it's just giving it some dimension. I could use colors that are very different from each other and it'll have an even different look to it, but layering these, very cool. That's what we have, which is really fun. And I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, but there's a ton of shimmer on there also. Now, I'm going to do that same black outline to it, just so that when we eventually put it on the canvas, it'll pop a little bit. So I'm putting some of that black down, getting it with my makeup sponge, and just going around the outside. Look at the difference that that makes, just outlining that. And when it gets onto that canvas, it's going to really pop. Very fun, bright. Don't be afraid to play with color. Because what's really cool is if I were doing this and then I was like, oh my gosh, I hate it, I could take either the white gesso or the black gesso and go over top of this whole thing and basically start over again. So there's the black around the outside. And I think we can say that she is finished. Let's put her over here. Here are our two finished little dress forms, and eventually they're going to make their way onto the canvas. So you can see how that black outline really makes those dress forms pop. I'm enjoying the colors. Fun. Okay, and there's this one. Thank you. Okay. So with this one, we're going to do some spraying as well. And let me put my lid on here. Let me grab some other colors. I pulled over some greens. Let's see. And this one has the canvas and the embossing. This one's Honeydew Mist. And with this, I'm not going to dry it between the colors. I'm going to let them sort of run into each other. This is that Lemon Zest. I'm using colors that are found on the papers in the kit. And here's our Oriental Poppy. Oh, cool. Now we're going to take it and dry it. Let me show it to you wet. I could take a little extra water over this and really move those colors around, but I'm going to keep them where they are. Anybody have any questions at this point? I have a second to look at the chat. Any questions? Is everybody's okay so far? Any ideas that are popping into your head, things that you want to try? Just in awe. Thank you. So people like to get into my my brain to see what I'm thinking when I create things. So there we go. so pretty. Now, I want to get, Christina embossed these. Let me dry it just a little bit more. I don't want it to mix with my next step. Okay. Trying to find just the right color here. This should be good. These are the Prima chalk inks. I know, Christina, you carry these in the store. At least last time I looked, I saw some. These are great. They're easy to hold. They're relatively inexpensive. I keep, let me just show you, on my art desk I have a little cute bowl of them, and these are lots of colors that I use a lot, obviously you can tell, and yeah, I just keep them right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is take one of these and just try to pull out, can you see that? When I rub over that, I'm able to see that embossed part even more. And I'm using a pink. This is vintage pink. Why are you talking about little bling buttons? There's such a delay from the things that I say. Yeah, we're going to, oh, a lacy stencil. I see, you're giving lots of ideas. I love it. We're going to bling these up with things from the kit once I glue them to the canvas. So hopefully you ladies have a little time tonight to hang out. And hopefully you're learning some new things along the way. Oh, good. Thinking of other ways to dress them up? Cool. I thought I missed something. I was like, wait, blingy buttons. Where did that come up? So just a little bit, a nice kind of light hand, but I'm almost painting with this, and you can see, look at how that spray is still there, all those beautiful colors, but that chalk ink is now making that embossed part really pop. Thank you. And again, let's do that same thing with that black soot. If you don't have black paint, I would recommend getting some black paint, especially if you're doing projects like this, because you'll really use it. And you can see, there we go again, just going around that outside edge. I've been hitting the tops of these with a little bit extra, just so that, I don't know, sort of shows the difference between the top and the actual dress section. Hi, Shy! We started a little after 7, honey, but it's recording. We're working on the dress forms at this point. Dressing up the dress forms that are in the nostalgia kit. So I'm just going around the outside here. I'm going to go a little bit heavier down at the bottom, like on the stand, just to kind of give it a little bit more depth there. Okay, cool, right? Cool, cool, cool. All right, so we have the 3 little ladies here. And now we're going to go back to the 2 that have the gesso drying on them. Let's see. We're going to do the black gesso next. And I'm just gonna make, I'm pretty sure it's dry. It's like 5 million degrees in New York City. Yeah, if you outline your things, I actually outline, even when I scrapbook, I pretty much outline everything. It's just a way to really ground everything that you're using, especially if you do some busy kind of work like I tend to do. I have lots of patterns going on, and outlining your papers with black or brown or dark gray, it really helps. Okay, so we have that layer of black gesso, and this is the dress form that's corrugated. And with this one, we're going to do that same technique where we use the distress paints and sprayed, but I want you to see the difference. And I'm not going to put it down here on the top. I want to keep the black so that you can see the difference there. And we're going to come in now with our broken china. I just have the same colors. That's what I tend to do when I create, is I keep the same colors on my table through a project, or if I use a kit, I'll keep the same colors of distress paints or glimmer mist. So now let me grab my, where did it go? I have so many things on my table right now. That's regular water. I want, there it is, right in front of me. This is my shimmer water that I make. And I'm just going to spray that, get those colors to mix. And it's kind of puddling up where it's corrugated, so let me just dry that. And it'll get rid of that little extra like pooling of water that's there. Oh, this one looks cool. So that's what we have so far. I think it looks really neat because we added the water, so you can still see that black peeking through. Let's hit it with a little of the honeydew mist, glimmer mist. See what happens. Not much. Let's try it anyway. Actually, what we can put on this one, just to give it a little bit more depth, is this is the white linen ink from Delusions from Diane Reevely. Ooh, cool. I actually had the privilege of taking a class with Diane last summer. And she's great. I took a class last week with Finn, with Anna Dabrowska, which was beyond amazing. Some great people that come here to New York City to teach. Cool, I love this, because you can still see the black gesso, but it's toned it down so it's not as much of a contrast. Let me show you this little lady here. And that's what she looks like. Very painterly looking. She has some great shimmer going on. I guess that honeydew melon gave her some shimmer. And we're going to do the same thing. Even though there's black on here, I want you to see the difference when you use this black paint. Now I could do this with black ink. Of course, I could take this in the black ink, but because I'm on a roll with the paint here tonight, we're going to use that. Now look at the difference. See how that edge really pops? It just grounds the dress forms so they don't look like they're floating around on your canvas when we put them down. Shy, no Kristen tonight? I thought we'd see Kristen. There we go. Thanks, Rosie. Wasn't sure if you were still here. If you were enjoying the heat in New York City. Terrible. So here are the 4 of them. I just keep showing them to you all together so you could see how all these different techniques like still make sense together, and that black outline really pulls it together. So that's what we have so far, and we're going to do our last one, and then we're going to get these ladies onto the canvas. And our last one is the one that we did with the white gesso. It's a big change, huh, Christina? Alright, so with this one, we're going to put the lid on the black paint, because I don't like things to get dried out. Okay, and I'm going to do some spraying on her. And I also want to take, let's try that first. Check this out. I think it looks really cool how because we put the gesso down, the little spots from the glimmer mist really show up, although we're not going to see much of that. Now I'm using vintage photo distress paint. Don't be afraid to combine your black and brown. Just because I've been using a lot of black doesn't mean I can't use brown. And I'm going to get the top of this where it would look like wood, and the bottom, and you'll see why in just a minute. But I'm just kind of pouncing it. I'm not worrying about getting the whole thing. I want it to look like it's chipped a bit. And what's cool is I'm holding this pretty close, and because of the layering there with the gesso and the glimmer mist and the paint, it's causing this last layer to bubble up a little bit. If you can see that. So it's just giving it a little extra texture. Alright, so what we're going to do now, I'm going to grab one of the papers from the kit, and let's see. I definitely don't want that black and white one because I don't want it to get lost. Actually, let's use this piece with the flowers. Are you ladies still there? Hopefully I didn't lose you. No one's chatting. Let me know that you're still here. Oh, okay, good. Phew. Alright, so what I'm going to do is take a piece of this the one with the yellow and white flower. It's on the back of this piece, which I love this, but I love just the subtle colors on this one. So pretty. I've been drawn to yellow a lot lately. Not in my clothes so much, but in my, you're anticipating? Okay, good. Just making sure. Christina, after last night, I want to make sure that I'm not talking to myself. You know what I'm going to do? Let me dry this little blob of brown paint before I get it all over things that I don't expect it to be on. Okay. So, I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to outline the dress part of this. And normally I would outline on the side that I don't plan to use. I don't know if that makes sense. But this time it doesn't matter, and you'll see why in a second. So basically I'm putting my pencil marks on the side of this that I plan to use. I'm just tracing around it so it looks like this. And let me just kind of finish this off. So there's her little dress. But what we're going to do to give it a cool look is I'm going to tear this paper. I know, Rosie, we're tearing, honey. Brace yourself. Rosie's one of my dear friends from New York, and she's taken a lot of my classes in person, and every time, no, actually, after a while, you no longer had to hold on to the edge of the table when you tear, so I'm tearing around, but I'm tearing inside my pencil mark so that I don't see the pencil mark. I know you're holding your heart. You'll be okay. So I'm being very careful and very slow about this, but you can see I'm leaving that pencil mark out here on the outside. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Okay, I'm getting that shape. Holds her heart. I tear anything, paint anything. So many people are like, I can't use that paper. I love it so much. I keep it and I hoard it. I don't hoard anything. I mean, I have a lot of stuff, but I have no problem cutting and using things. I do a lot of altered art, scrapbooking, cards. I used to do tons of cards, but I don't do them as much anymore. Okay, so you see what I'm doing? You can see how I'm leaving that pencil line on the outside. So I'm left with that. So pretty. Okay, and now let's take this red glimmer mist that wouldn't work, because it thought it was going to be difficult and we weren't going to use it. Ha! So I'm taking a flat brush and I'm going to take the lid off of this. No, I don't buy any, but I used to sit and make them by the dozens, and now I don't. I should, though. So I'm putting my brush in here, and I'm going down to the bottom. I want to get that glimmer as well. And now, because this is torn, it's going to give us a really cool look. You could take your fingernail, too, and could also use the Prima distressing tool, which I have and I love. This one here. You could get a pedicure and distress your project all at the same time. Well, probably not at the same, you know what I mean. Okay, so I'm going around the edge. And now I have the Glimmer Mist on my brush. Just please don't bump the Glimmer Mist. And I'm going at it like this versus this way. I don't know, I like to be able to see what I'm doing. And I'm painting that torn edge with the Glimmer Mist. Now you could come in here, this kind of softens it a little bit if you take your brush on it. But you can see how that Glimmer Mist is giving a cool look around the outside of the dress form. I get quiet when I have a paintbrush in my hand. It's like my thing that I do to relax. Going this way too, that way you can like kind of scrape the Glimmer Mist on. You can see that I think I dipped it into the Glimmer Mist maybe twice. I don't know. There was a lot here to work with. So, and don't worry about whether or not it's even or uneven. Just kind of go with it. Alright, so let's put that lid back on so we don't have any catastrophes. And let me dry this so I can show you what it looks like. Time for a chopstick to hold it down. Okay, so that's what we have. Whoops, stuck to the chopstick. Okay, and I'm going to, why not, take a little of this lemon zest just to give it a little bit extra oomph. Dry that. Okay. And that's what we have. Now with that, we're going to pop it onto our dress form, and you can see that that little pink around the outside is peeking through. I think what I'll do first though is the black edge. I don't want the black edge to get onto this piece, so we'll do our black edge now. Is my mom still here? And if you come down here with a little bit, I like how it blends in with the brown and that texture that we made. She's still signed in. I think she's probably doing other things while she's watching. So hopefully you've all gone to Your Memories Here and picked up this kit. As you can see, it's an amazing value for the amount of things that you get in it. It's really crazy. It's crazy. Alright, so now let's dress her with her little cute little dress here. Okay, and I think I'm going to use, actually I'm going to use hot glue to put that on. If I use the matte medium, it'll smear, it could smear that, so let's put another glue stick in here. Yeah, this kit's only 20 bucks. All the stuff you get in it, it's kind of crazy. Let me put the glue here. Come on. And put that down. And see these little gross gluey strings that hang on stuff? Just hit them with your heat gun and they'll melt away. So that's that little lady. And if you want to get crazy, you can grab a little bubble wrap and give her a few little dots. Just for fun. Why not? It's there, it's on my table. Okay, so now it's time to put this together. She's getting crazy. Yeah. Let's put this together and start embellishing these girls. Any questions at all, ladies? Everybody's okay? Alright, so let's grab our ladies and figure out how I want them. They all fit on here nicely. I've played with this already. I like the black one in the center. I think it kind of grounds it, although it is kind of expected. Maybe you'll put her there. Yeah, I think I have. There we go. Oop, you can't really see. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see a little better. Alright. Ooh, let's add a little of that black paint into our canvas here. Okay. So now, let's see what we have here in this kit. We have the pom-pom trim. And we have, I love this banner. So let's get some banners going here before we do the girls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I'm going to snip this a little bit here. Get some smaller scissors. Thanks, Christina. Yay! I'm glad you like it. And I'm going to cut this apart. You don't have to use these things the way that they are. You can snip things, make them your own. I'm going to put one banner there. And another banner. I'm just snipping these little banners apart. Banner here, and we'll do this one like that. Cute. And I'm going to use the Ultra Matte Gel to put those down. It is a 12 by 12 canvas. Yep. You could do this on any size canvas. I thought about doing it on an 8 by 24, which is a really it's a horizontal, very horizontal canvas. But then I thought, let's do it like this. So I'm using the matte gel and putting these guys down. it'll take that shiny, they're kind of shiny, and it'll take that shininess out a bit. You want to do this type of adhesive under and then over whatever it is you're putting down. Yeah, these are very shiny, which is fine, but this will take that shine away from them. Now this one I want to tuck underneath, so let's see. Everybody's doing okay? No questions, huh? Okay, let's pop that over there. I'm going to dry this. We're going to make these pop a little bit more here. Good, good. Okay. Christina, I know we're going like already 8:30. Are we okay? Okay, because I'm fine, as long as everybody else is fine. Okay, let's just get a little bit under this one. It was popping up there a little bit. Okay, so now what you can do, where is my, you can see the mess on this table. Oy, oy, oy. There it is, hiding behind the distress paints. Okay, so I'm going to take a black pen, I just want to make sure this is dry enough, and it may not be. Let's go back to that. Let me dry it a little bit. I know the heat gun is not the most exciting thing in the world. Still may not be dry enough. What in the world? Let's see. I'm just going to loosely kind of outline these. This is a technique I learned watching Christy Tomlinson and the way that she doodles, which just gives, I don't know, gives a neat look, I think, to these kinds of products. Makes it your own. And that's all I'm doing, is just tracing around it. Otherwise these little die cuts will get kind of lost back there, and we don't want that. So I'm just kind of sketching in lines. I think that should do it. There we go. And now, let's get these, oh wait, one more thing. I want to use the pom-pom trim. Thank you. And we're going to go along the bottom of the canvas. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. Let me just kind of measure this out. And I always go a little bit extra when I measure stuff like that, just so I have a little too much and maybe I have to trim it versus not enough. And for this I'm going to use the hot glue. I'm just going to go a little at a time. And I'm going along the bottom. Now you could have sprayed this if you wanted to. Give it that mixed media look that we've been going for all along. I'm just going to keep this the yellow color that it is. I like it a lot. Okay, and we're coming in here. We're getting those little hot glue little extras, so we'll just blast those off at the end. Okay, and if you wanted to, there's enough of this, you could actually go in with a second layer, which is actually kind of fun. That's pretty fun. Let's do another layer. If one layer of pom-pom trim is great, then 2 layers must be fabulous. I love pom-pom trim. Love it. Love it. Let's make sure I have enough. And then we still have enough left of this trim for some embellishing of our dress forms. And I'm just bumping these right up against each other. Fun. You made pom-pom trim? How did you make pom-pom trim? Got a little extra here at the end, so let's pop those little guys off. Okay. So there's our canvas. I feel like we're, although it's girly and fun, it's got like a summery circus kind of feel. I don't know. Oh. I was like, you made this? What are you not telling me? What do I not know about you? Oh, with the, okay. Little delayed reaction on my part. Oh my goodness. Cute! Let's move the yellow ones away from the yellow pom-pom trim, just because. Okay, so there we go. Now, let me put the lid on the matte gel for a little bit here. Christina, keeping everybody on our toes. This is Prima pom-pom trim. She's making pom-pom trim with the O's. Okay. Funny, funny, funny. Alright, so for these, because they're heavy, I am going to use hot glue. I have to admit that hot glue is my glue of choice most of the time. I love it. I don't know how many times I've been burned with it, but I keep going back for more. Okay. Yeah, I love it. I love hot glue. So what do we think so far? Fun. Let's put this. Oh, I can't imagine how many times I've been burned with hot glue. I think my mom used hot glue a lot when we were growing up. I feel like that may have been the case, like for projects and things. So I'm sure my love of it came from my mom. Oh, thanks everybody. Keep a bowl of ice. Actually, for the first time, I've been scrapbooking and stuff since 1998, so it's been like 15 years. And for the very first time, this is healing now, but can anybody guess what that might be from? It's not paint. Any guesses? It was a crafting accident. First time ever. See if you can figure it out, and then I'll tell you if you don't figure it out. Not hot glue. Nope. Nope. It was not hot glue. There we go. Nope, not a craft knife. Even worse. I'm just getting rid of those little hot glue strings. Just melt them away. Not a paper cut. Nope, not scissors. I'll tell you. See that circle? It gets hot. And yep, the heat tool. And I touched it. I touched my arm on it after using it for like a really long time. That hurt. So that's our canvas so far. Christina, are we still okay? If I want to keep going, because this is what I'm doing tonight. As long as everybody's okay with that. Yeah, I'll keep, okay, everybody's saying keep going. Cool. So, yeah, I'm fine. My husband's at a gig tonight. Not that it makes a difference. I can sit and craft anytime. He's amazingly supportive of what I do, so. But he's playing a gig tonight, so you're keeping me company. Alright, so I'm going to get out the embellishments that are in this kit, and let's see what we can use here. And I have the little sticker sheet too, which is pretty fun. You could use some of those and put that over here. Okay, I think I'm done with the, well, maybe not. I'm going to say I'm done with the borders, but I could have even come in with more banners, right? I could have, but we didn't, and that's okay. All night long. Woo! We're gonna need a cocktail or something. Oh, we can use these borders for sure. Alright, and let's see with the stickers. I'm not so sure if I'm going to use the stickers on this canvas. Does anybody want to see the layouts that I made with this kit? Let me know and I'll pull those out quickly. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to use the stickers. Not on this anyway. I use those more on... I could use those for scrapbooking. Oh, you want to see them? Okay. Let me grab those. So this is the same kit, and this is showing you, like, this is what I have left. And I do a lot of double page layouts. I'm pretty traditional in my scrapbooking because I want to get a lot of pictures on my pages. So this is one side. You may have seen these on Facebook. So there's the stuff is all from the kit. The only thing not from the kit is like tonight, the sprays, you know, the molding paste, those kinds of things. You know, those aren't from the kit, obviously. But and the cardstock I pulled out of my stash. But everything else, this is a cityscape, obviously. And then this is the other side. Goes together. I put them in my scrapbooks like this. So that's the other side. How cute are these arrows? Arrows are so hot right now. And this is from the sticker sheet. I just took one of the clocks and cut it in half and tucked it in there. The letters are from my stash because I needed a nice big title. So that's the layout. I'm going to hang those up in the Mecca soon. I've been really into making cityscapes lately. It's kind of been like I don't know, I've been having fun with that. Okay, so let's get some little embellishments on these girls. Okay, so I've pulled out some borders. Let me get organized here a little bit. And all of these goodies came in the kit. Let me get, here's the flowers. Here are the flowers. I also have this piece that we sprayed earlier, which is pretty cool, but I think it might be a little big for what we're doing here. So we'll put that off to the side. And I think we'll be saving the little bloomer trim. Actually, we might not be saving the bloomer trim because it would look so cute. Okay. All right. Focus, focus. Did you ladies like the layouts? Remember, those are, you know, I got all those things from this kit. And the bling, I think we're going to save the bling. It might be a little big to dress the girls. So I'll save that and use it on something else. So I trimmed this itty bitty little piece of trim off of the bottom. So let's take this, let me get some small scissors, and let's trim a piece of this border off. You love the layouts. Good, okay, and you can see how jam-packed this kit is. Thanks, Shy. Did anybody pick up the kit? Who bought the kit? I need to know if you bought the kit. So we're going to, hopefully you can see this. Let's see. I'm going to just give this a little texture by bending it a little bit. This is just a piece of the border that comes with it. And let's put some hot glue here. These are actually self-adhesive, but I I always put my own glue on anyway. Although, let's pull the adhesive part off first. That would make sense. Hold on here. As I was doing it, I was like, oh, I should pull the little sticker back off first. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Okay, so we have our little pom-poms, which I mangled a little bit. Let's fix that. There we go. And we'll put that here. She has a snazzy little belt. Snazzy little belt. Okay, so there's her little belt. And let's do, this is screaming for some flowers. Let's see. Do a little bit of the trim. You can tell this part's completely ad-libbed, right? Everything else I planned. Are you playing along, Bonnie? Got the little bloomers here. I'm going to pop this here. And then we're going to build a little flower cluster around it. With the hot glue, it gives me a chance to kind of mold that into the place that I want. And I love how this is hanging off the bottom. That's okay, Bonnie. You can go back and watch the recording. Alright, so let's get some of these pretty flowers. And we could start doing some clustering here. These are so pretty. I'm going to try to make the this little flower border part of what I've got going on here. Let me take these off. And let's get a little glue going here. And I don't overthink this stuff. I mean, I kind of play around just to get my placement, but other than that, I kind of go for it. Let's bring this pink one in here. You want to get inky with the dress forms? I love them. I love them. So who thinks that Christina and I should do more Ustreams? What are your thoughts? I used to be on Ustream all the time, as some of you can attest to. I used to be on a lot and took a break. But I have to say, I'm really enjoying myself. Another little paper flower. I'm going to cluster that in here, but let me show you a little trick. Let me grab a smaller paintbrush, and we're going to twist the end of this flower. Now we have this little spinny little guy here, so cute. And let's put that in this little cluster here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to let people know on Facebook that we are still here. So there's our little cluster so far. And that yellow trim is just playing along very nicely. Now I took the flowers off of this because I want to use it. I'm going to cut this and to make some leaves. So look at that. You got a little extra bonus that you didn't even realize in your kit. So I just cut a little loose little leaf. And I'm going to just kind of twist that or wrinkle that up a little bit. And it needs a little color. So let's take our Modelon Distress Paint, and I'm just putting it on there. There we go. And let's dry that without burning myself. And bingo! A little leaf. It has the same painted look as the other thing. So let's make one more. Just cutting that out. And look at that. Little packaging. Don't worry about what color it is. Mangle it up a little bit. Mangle it. You like that? How about wrinkle? Wrinkle's a little nicer. Just tapping the green onto it and then rubbing it around with my finger. And we're going to tuck these little leaves under here. And you don't have to do my projects exactly. The idea is to also to inspire you to try different things. Ooh, cute. You know I love birds if you follow my blog. It's a little bird. You could set that little bird in here somewhere. It's kind of cute up in the banners. It's also cute in the flower cluster. Let's see. Let's keep building this flower cluster before we do anything else. So I'm going to do some little ones. Well, I hope you can see that okay. Let's see. I'm trying to get this. Can you see that what I'm doing okay? Are you alright? I'm going to keep building it here. And I'm pulling the stems out of these. You could do that same twisty little thing. Personally, I love having the kit. This has been really fun for me. I've really enjoyed using this. You can see I start it with a big flower and then I go until it's smaller, and I use an odd number. But I don't know, for some reason I always end up using like 2 little ones to sort of finish off my clusters. But they're really, the flowers are pretty, but they're kind of sticking out because they're white like that. So let me get, let's get that lemon zest. And grab our paintbrush, like we did before. And now we can paint the flowers. And if you pick up the kit, you don't, it's not that you need to do my projects exactly how I did them. But hopefully, I've inspired you maybe to try new things, or maybe you've had gesso in your stash, but you weren't really sure what to do with it. Or somebody had mentioned they don't make canvases, but maybe you've learned some fun ideas that you could do with your scrapbook pages. I'm going to put some on this peach flower just to give it a little bit more color to go with our canvas here. I'm just using this yellow color. I'm painting it on. See. I'm going to grab some of my brush, tap a little bit off, and just do some splatters. Oh, that's not bright enough. Might need a different color. Yeah, we'll have to try that with a different color. Let's pop that back in there. And what's really cool, we took that peach flower, I added a lot of yellow to it. And now, while it's still wet, I'm going to add some of that party pink. Gloss gel medium. We're kind of like, it does essentially because it keeps its form. The question is, will gloss gel medium work kind of like a molding paste? It keeps its form, but it dries clear. Unlike molding paste that dries with a like milky white look to it. Let me show you up close what I've done here at the bottom. Alright, give me 1 second here, ladies. 1 moment. Okay, just checking something. And okay, just making sure I didn't miss anything for my husband. Okay, so that's what we have. A little flower cluster there at the bottom. And we have this bird, which is cool, but I always tend to do this with chipboard. Just bend it a little. Otherwise it's too flat and glossy for me. So I think we need to, I'm going to incorporate him actually into that little flower cluster. Thanks, Shy. Thank you. I don't want to lose the, there we go, we'll put him like that. In our flower cluster. There we go. And we can do a little more to the girls here. I have another one of these borders. It looks like a little bit of a banner, but we can make it a belt. Oops. Getting back in the screen here. So I'm taking that this little one, and I just trimmed a little piece off. Just bending it a little bit to give it a little bit more life. And let's put that one on her. Cute. Alright, there's cute little flowers in here. Let's see. Let's see what's in here. These are all little chipboard pieces. So cool. You could cut this, you could use this as is, cut it in half and make banners out of it. Well, these are cool. It's like little, hold on, let's see. Little flowers in here. That one's huge. Let's see what we have here. We'll tuck these in. You know what? Dump it out. Huge tag. Oh, Mary, hello. I didn't know that you were here. Nice to see you. And thank you for your kind compliment. Yep, dumping it out. So I'm going to take the little flower, bend it. See how it all of a sudden it gives it a little bit more, I don't know, a little more life. I'm going to cut this in half. Tuck part of it under here just because I want to. Cool. Just tuck that little black die cut flower under there. My mom was here a little while ago, Mary. I'm not sure where she disappeared to. Birdcage doesn't make sense. Putting a birdcage on her, that would be weird. I want to get some of these flowers going here. Just put a flower up there like a corsage. Let's put this one on her. But I'm going to add a little color to that in a minute. It's like this cute little flourish in here. We don't want to do we don't want to overdo it down there. I think it's cute. Got the pom-pom trim. We could trim this one here. Let's see. Dun dun dun, dun dun dun. Let me get sharper scissors. And oh my goodness. She's so stylish. You know, I said I wasn't going to use this, but I think I need to look at it with a different eye here. It's way too big to use as is. Or is it? Or is it? It may not be too big. Let's see. I don't want it to look just thrown on though. You know? Here we go. We're going to go into this and pull pieces of it. Cut right into that plastic. And don't worry, even though we're going to pull things out of this, it'll all get used somehow. So I just took a little bit out. Now she has a belt. Can you even stand it? Can you even stand it? wait, you're going to flip out. I'm going to take another piece out of here. Sometimes we look at these things and get lost trying to use them as they are. A tiny little pearl. That little pearl can't go to waste, so let's put it down here on the bird's eye. There we go. Hee hee. Yep, I made a necklace. Oh my gosh, get this kit. Get the kit. Hee hee. Let me do a little white flowers looking for some color here. Let's give it a little yellow. Painting with that glimmer mist. Thank you, ladies, for sticking around. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. You probably expected to be in and out of here quickly, but it's not usually how I operate. And Ustream is working. Yay! A little miracle. Actually, I guess it's a big miracle. Taking a little bit more of the party pink, just touching the top of the flower while it's wet. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome for the thank you. It's my pleasure. What a great way to spend Saturday night. It is Saturday, right? I'm on summer break, so I'm losing track of my days very quickly. Very quickly. This one's needing something. She's not feeling finished. Perhaps a flower. There's these itty bitty flowers. I use them on my, how cute are these? I use them on my scrapbook page. Perhaps she needs one of these. Let's see. I think I'll save them, actually. They need to go into little clusters. A rhinestone in the center of the belt. Yeah. I actually have an idea for the belt. She's going to have a little flower corsage too, because every girl needs a flower corsage. And let's put a little pink as well. Yep, I just tapped glimmer mist all over it. Because why not? It's fun. It's cute. Let me dry some of these things a little bit here. And just to point out, we had talked a lot about going around the outside of these dress forms with the black. You see how they really pop? And how adding the black on these little banners made those pop. Adding a little black into the flower cluster made it pop. You don't have to do that, but as I mentioned, it is important to get some black, brown, or gray into your layout. Into your projects in general. It really grounds things. I know some people like the very airy look sometimes of just like the light colors and ivory, and that's fine too, but even with that I still like to bring in a little bit of like a light tan. She needs some blingity bling bling. Let's give her a belt like this one over here. Yep. Yep. Just pulling right out of here. Wonder if Prima had that in mind when they made those. Probably not. So here's our little, I'm going to put that on top of it just to jazz up that belt a little. Now this one's asking for something, huh? Another little pearl by itself. I could just put it here. Cute. Here's what we have. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what else it needs. This one needs something. Everybody else is so fancy. She has her little pom-poms, though. Thank you, Christina. Yeah, there we go. She needs a flower there. It looked too flat. It was bugging me. Yeah, don't tell Regan, my niece, about this one, because she'll want it. Regan would be all over this. Although, she may get it anyway. Who knows? And I could not be happier with Ustream tonight. I couldn't be happier. The picture quality is working out great. The chat's working out great. It's recording. Now, if it actually is recording, that would be great. My Regan, believe it or not, will be, oh my goodness, she'll be 8. That's crazy. I have 3 beautiful nieces, actually. If you follow me on Facebook, you'll see they're the loves of my life, and I scrapbook them. I don't have my own kids. I don't have any interest in having my own kids. But I have 3 beautiful nieces and a nephew on the way. My sister is due in September, which is very exciting. You know what I want to do to this? Let's give this a little more definition. Using my party pink. Who got hate mail? Ustream? Ugh. It was... Christina and I were ready to scream. Maybe she did scream. I all but screamed. I was like... so upset. And we were so pumped. Yeah, I do have lots of kids. I've been in education for 18 years. And I come home and I don't have my own kids. And my husband's okay with that too. I like that. Look, I just added a little bit of pink. Let me show you how that looks. I don't know. I feel like we might be finished. What do you think? Or does everybody need a belt and a necklace? I don't know. They all have a little something going on. Let's look at that sticker sheet though. I didn't use any of the baker's twine, but that's okay. I'll use it on something else. And I'm going to save this because that's perfect for leaves. I mean, let's be honest, there's enough in this kit for me to make. I mean, I still have. Let me show you this. You saw all the scrapbook page now, this project. This is all the paper that I still have left. Tons of paper. about 6 banners. I have this huge pile of stuff over here. Tons of stuff. This trim. So I'll be doing more with this. You're going to see more. What did I want? There's this sticker sheet, which I love. Where's the other sticker sheet? Oh, there it is. And then there's this big tag in the die cut, which is awesome. Ooh, the Baker's Fine woodwork is a belt. I should have wrapped it around. That would have been cute. That's okay. Now you know, if you go to make, if you make this, when you get your kit, you could do the Baker's Twine around the waist. Like, it would have been super cute to do the Baker's Twine and then like a little flower. You want me to work on some cards with the kit? I can do that. Not tonight. How about I work on some cards and I'll post them on the Your Memories Here blog as well as my blog. How's that? Yeah, I plan on using this kit until it's like, until I have like one little pom-pom left. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just keep on going with this kit and create. I love these. I have my letter stickers all over the place because that was my own fault. But that's okay. I'm going to use one of these words. Let's see. I can't decide if I want pretty as a picture or live in the moment. What do you think? Pretty as a picture. Actually, we could do 3. Pretty, because I always do, if I do word strips, I do them in 3. So I could do pretty as a picture, live in the moment, and, well, these are the words. Don't look at my letters. I messed them up. They'll be fine. But yeah. Can you see them? Can you read them? Don't look. Original is cute too. So pretty as a picture gets 1 vote. I'm going to use 3 of them. I'm going to show you how I do that. Yeah, I'll make the letters work. They may end up in an art journal, actually. Live in the moment. I'm using those 2 for sure. How about pretty as a picture, live in the moment, and original? And we could just bring them, let's see. Yeah, imagine is kind of my word. So maybe I'll do imagine. Imagine's my word. That's always my word. My word for 2013 is the word enjoy. I did an enjoy wall hanging. It's on my blog and the Your Memories Here blog. I guess I put that on probably at least a month ago. Pretty as a picture. There it is. And let's see. We can kind of bring these in at different points. I love using words on my canvases. We don't want it to look like arms. That would be weird. I have live in the moment, pretty as a picture, and imagine. Pretty as a picture kind of to go with the girly theme. go. And we'll pop this one here. Let me show you how I incorporate those so they don't look quite so random. Where's the mat? There it is. I'm using that matte gel, and I think this will be our last step. What do you think? I think we're at a good place. I kind of like it. I think I like it where I had it. I don't want it floating in midair. I'm going over them with matte medium, just to take, this will also help to take away the shiny. They are adhesive, but I'm just adding another layer. To make sure that they stay. Live in the moment. And again, this just takes, I'm not always a big fan of like the shiny embellishments, like glossy. Sometimes I am, but I tend to tone them down a little bit. It's just my own taste. Okay. Of course I'm going to go around them with a black pen. Girls are learning. And anything else that feels shiny, like the black little bird that's here, he feels a little too shiny. So I'm going to go over top of him with the matte. And this one is ultra matte gel. Just to tone him down a little bit. And the little flower bits that are hanging out here too. And shiny die cuts. Some people like them. It's fine. I use Pip pens, but this time I was using, I forget who makes this one. Oh, but it's just a pen by Pilot. But I have a huge collection of Pip pens, most of which my husband surprised me with. He bought them for me, which was so sweet. Okay. Let me just dry that a little bit so we can do the black doodling around the outside. What you probably can't see is all the sparkle from the Glimmer Mist. Yeah, I love the nice thick Pip pens. These nice thick ones are great. I have a whole mug of them here. I use them a lot, actually. Make sure our little words are nice and dry, and then I can go around those. So stay tuned to the Your Memories Here blog and my blog, and also you know, everywhere that Your Memories Here is, Facebook, all that good stuff. Because I'll use up the kit. I'll use it up and share my projects with you. Okay, so I'm going to go around and just doodle on these little word banners too. Oops. So that's what I did on that one. Just did like a little cute little scallop thing with dots in it. And I don't go like very strict with my lines. They have more of a doodling look to them. I learned my doodling from a variety of people, Christy Tomlinson and also Dawn Sokol. I took a class with her in the city, and she taught us some great doodling. So there's the doodling, just went around that. And then you could also doodle like on her belt here, just to kind of bring in like that pop a little bit more. See the doodling there? All of a sudden, boom, the belt pops. This one might be a little bit harder to do, but you could probably still come in on that one a little bit, not so much. Okay, so there's the doodling part. Alright, I think we're done. I think we're done. What do you think? Something else that would be so cute to add to this, it's not in the kit, but I've been really into sequins lately. So, you could even put some little sequins around the little clusters. Thank you, ladies. And I promise I will use up this kit and make lots of cards and projects with it. And you can tell we had a good time. My hands are a bit of a mess. So any last questions before we sign off? Will I sign it? I actually always do Heidi, and then I do the month and the year. I sign on the front. I do sign on the back. If I'm like I did some canvases recently. One for my youngest niece, and then one for my mom. And I tend to sign them here if they're a gift, but then on the back, a lot of times I'll write a little message down here to the recipient. So, awesome in full screen. I'm actually streaming in high def. So, does it look cool in high def? Okay, now I have to look. Hopefully I don't lose you. It does look good in high def. Yay! You can see all the colors and textures, right? So the only thing I feel like it needs, see, this is what happens to me, is it needs a few little splatters. Oh yes, that's what it needed. Just a few little party pink splatters. Not too much, just a little color. And let me dry that. Any questions? Questions going once? Going twice. When is the next stream? Christina and I will have to work that out, actually. So I'm sure we can figure that out. I will also be streaming on my own channel with my just other random projects. If it's Your Memories Here kinds of goodies, we'll be streaming at the Your Memories Here channel, of course. And that's it. So let me turn off the recording, so I'm just holding my breath, making sure that that actually worked. And then if you have any last questions, you can shoot them to me in the chat. How's that? Alright, so there's our project. Thank you so much for coming. Make sure that you go to yourmemorieshere.com. The Nostalgia Kit is on the home page, and I made this canvas using the Nostalgia Kit. Also made a double page scrapbook layout. Okay, so all those goodies from the same kit. Alright, so have a good night. I'm going to turn off the recording and then I'll peek back around at the computer and see if anybody has any last minute questions or anything like that. Okay? Good night, everybody.